This is Barrett Freeman with another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. I'm here with my business development manager, Rocio Gonzalez. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Okay, the question that we're going to answer today is how to maximize how much you can sell your house for. So let's talk about that.
Yes, you are ready to move. You want to sell your house because you are relocating, because you are downsizing, and you want to get your money back. And you want to, with these crazy interest rates, you want to get the maximum from your house. One of the easiest.
What do you see when someone calls us and wants to list their house? What are the common problems you see, like barriers to listing?
We all love our houses, and we think
do.
it's more expensive, or it has more value that the market says it is. We do our research, we do a market analysis, and we can decide which is the actual real price we will sell the property. Normally, it's a range.
Okay, so Rocio, come look at my house. What are the big problems that you see?
The house is full of stuff. We are addicted to Amazon. We are addicted to internet. We buy, and we don't give away. We don't throw away. And
you're guilty of it too. I try.
We all are, and we don't live like that.
I'm quick to throw stuff away, so fast that you're like running out the door chasing me and say, "Don't throw that away." The desks.
Yes. Yeah. You just want to throw everything away.
So she's a hoarder.
Yes. And we get used to that. You know, something that for us doesn't bother, it doesn't bring all the value of the property. So the first thing I tell my sellers that this doesn't cost money, just time. And I say just because we don't have time. Nobody has time. It's just take your friends, take your family, boxes. You're not ready to throw it away. Just put it in boxes in a room or in a garage or whatever. But just declutter.
I agree.
Remove stuff. Remove everything. If the house can be empty and you can live with that, like that for a couple of months during the sale, it doesn't matter. Just a couch, chairs, table, but less is more.
Okay. So what about what's another big barrier to selling?
A barrier, I wouldn't say, but let's say a great tip that helped tremendously is the landscaping, the front yard. There's only one chance to make a good impression. People, houses, shoes. So if we arrive with a buyer and your house is neat and clean, it makes a big difference. The same house is outside dirty, with rubbish, with old chairs. You don't use it, but you don't want to give away. You don't want to throw it away. Just a deep cleaning. Again, the same inside, outside. Pressure washer, rent a pressure washer. It makes a huge difference.
What about maintenance?
Well, there we can, depending on the house, we are talking maybe more investing money. But definitely your house has to be, if you keep your house with the regular maintenance, HAVC, the roof, landscaping, regularly is less expenses than doing everything at the end, and you have to spend $5,000 just to do repairs because the house hasn't been maintained regularly while you were living there. So even if you're not thinking about selling your house today, you will sell it eventually. 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Start now to make a little budget. Again, my preferred word, budget. To keep an envelope to house maintenance. Keep your roof and your gutters clean. Keep your system, your furnace inspected every year. It avoids a future big problem, an expensive problem. Like that, the day you will need or will want to sell your house, you won't have just to have a deep cleaning, and that's all.
So those are all really good pieces of advice, and hopefully you guys all listen to her. Unfortunately, most of our sellers either don't have the time or the money to do any of that.
Yeah,
and
most
so,
of the time it's time. We can help with that.
One thing that frustrates me, that's a little bit off topic, is when we go to a house and they say the neighbor's house sold for $300,000, and then we walk into their house and it's beat up and.
Yeah, and it's not the same. Well, that's something that is very common, and I understand. My neighbors sell it for 300, mine is 300, but yes, it's not the same layout, it's not the same quality. It's our children are always the nicest, the smartest, and the coolest, right? So it's the same of our house. So I completely understand. So
I made a mistake recently when I was doing a walkthrough with the house, and my little the mistake I made was one of the realtor that I was training was pointing out everything wrong out loud with the owners there. And so I walk into the living room, and the owner's wife's on the couch crying a little bit.
wow.
And
Well,
she's
you have
like,
to be careful what you say.
that was a mistake.
Well, but we need to be honest. I want to be honest with. We want to be honest with our clients and tell them, listen, the smell of cat is very strong. We need to tell them because we want to help them. If
And
they are not aware of the problem, we cannot make a solution together.
Yeah, and so the realtor I was training wasn't saying it mean, or she wasn't saying it like laughing. She's like, "Oh, the carpet's out of date," or "Oh, there's wallpaper," "Oh, that trim's not painted."
Yeah.
You know, and so we were walking around, and the wife could hear us, and she wasn't like bawling or anything, but it kind of upset her, and she did say, you know, I knew these were issues. It's just kind of hard to hear it out loud.
Yes. Yeah.
All of it was obvious. You know, the one wall didn't have a little.
Well, but you don't like to hear that, and we don't have to say. I mean, we can discuss it in a different ways.
Yeah, I need to explore a different way to handle that. I don't know the answer.
Well, that's depend of the person. It's a little bit of psychology. Are you somebody who accept when somebody is telling you, hey, you put some weight on it? Take care, like, oh yeah, true. Or if somebody's telling you that, you're going to be sleepless for 1 week crying because you're fat.
I'm worried that, well, I'm not, I've really worked hard with those sellers to make sure that, you know, we're touching them at least once a week, even if there's nothing happening with the house. But, so, you know, they're not upset about it, but it was one of those lessons learned the hard way.
Yes.
And I hate that, but sometimes that's the only way to learn.
And we just need to apologize to have been very too tough, too rush. But I think we have also, it's our responsibility and our job to give professional advice. If you go to a doctor and they say, listen, you're in a bad shape, you have to take care of your sugar, your heart, well, you are there with a professional to know the truth, not to tell you that the rainbow is shining with the unicorns, right?
Yeah,
So,
like, a few days ago, you poked my stomach and said I've gained weight. I'm fixing it.
Okay.
I started running. I'm watching what I eat. It's just hard to work out when we're so busy, but I'm making it a priority.
Good.
So
Good.
and
So yes, we can keep talking next episode about how to improve your house, the value of the house, and improve your health if you want. We can talk about that as well.
So the last thing I wanted to say, because I know we're running out of time, I'm very excited for this time next year to see how much your accent's improved. I bet it's going to be night and day.
I hope. I'm working very hard in my accent and my pronunciation.
What are you doing?
I'm taking online class with American teachers, and they are accent coach. It's because my grammar is okay. I having difficulties to make myself understood over the phone. So I'm working like every day, and I have classes twice per week.
You want to tell everybody where you're from?
I'm from Spain.
Yeah. Is your accent very typical of southern Spain?
When I speak Spanish, yes, but my accent and pronunciation coach are finding is that I have French accent sometimes when I speak English because my husband is French, and we speak French together.
Because he's French. Because he's French.
Because he's French and French people. No, I was about to say French people don't like to speak other language. He does, but his Spanish is not.
He does not. I golf with her husband regularly, and what we've slowly realized is we're now using the French word
of course.
for all the golf terms.
And I also like to keep my French alive and using it, so it's the only way. But my brain is having difficulties to switch from French to English back and forth, and the sounds of the vowels. So thank you to the people of the area because they have been super nice with me, with my accent and my mistakes in pronunciation.
Well, the worry is that you'll call someone and they'll think you're, in India or from Mexico, and remote, and you're not actually here in Corbin.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes.
I talk to clients like, yeah, but I just want to talk to Freeman Brothers Realty. Like, yeah, you are. Like, where are you located? In Philippines? Like, no, I'm here. I'm just foreign. So it's fine. I have been living in different countries, so it's not the first time.
Even our property manager Thomas, who's from England,
Yes.
he gets that. Like, where are you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from England, but I live here in Corbin. So I think we all have that in us too. You want to talk when you call the company, you want to talk to somebody in your
that
area.
You can physically find somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so and I'm here in the office every day. So yeah.
All right. So if you guys need any help buying houses or selling houses, Rocio is amazing. She's easy to work with. She's detail oriented. She's way more detail oriented than I am, and it actually causes a lot of tension because, she likes to dot the T's and cross the I's, as they say. And I do too, but sometimes she goes beyond what I think is necessary. But she puts out a really good work product, so I can't argue. But call us if you need help with any of your real estate needs. If you're an investor, happy to help you grow your portfolio. If you own a house that you don't do with, we're happy to explore managing it for you, putting a renter in it, and getting rent for you. Is there anything else I'm missing?
Well, that's our favorite are the first-time home buyers. We are open to work with them. We have done seminars. We have.
We love educating people. I love teaching people.
We love. And it's always we say, oh my God, we investing too much time in talking to not real clients, just to educate and help them. But we love it. So don't be afraid to contact us. Even if you're not ready to buy a house this year, we can give you some tips to put you in the right track for that.
Right. All right. Well, that's been another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.